We'll take the win, obviously, and we'll move on to our next game. Certainly wasn't how we hoped it would be in terms of the first half in particular. Obviously, we're down 8 at halftime, one time down 13 points. Not what we were expecting or what we thought would be the way that we played in the first half. But for an 8-minute stretch, these guys were both in the game. We played pretty well. We were able to get the lead and fortunately able to make enough plays to hang on. And we'll move on to the next game and try to get ourselves ready for Southern Illinois on Friday.
Any questions for Dev or Jimmy?
Jimmy, just kind of, everybody's struggling out there. You just kind of seemed like you just kind of took it upon yourself to get things done out there a little bit. Is that pretty accurate what happened?
Yeah, my teammates, my coaches telling me, just keep pushing, keep working hard, and that's just what I did.
Is it just getting kind of frustrating,
I mean, it was a little frustrated, but I had my teammates, my coaches keep telling me, it's okay, and I just kept positive mindset and got the W.
Dev, you just said something before everybody came in about how it felt in the locker room. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I said, the mood in the locker room wasn't the greatest. We obviously got the win, but, I said I just wasn't happy with the way we won, because it kind of reminded me of last year's team in the way that we didn't come out, for certain games that we should have, and in terms of, if we playing a low team, we're supposed to blow them out, if you ask me. But we didn't come out playing the right way, and we got the win, but I wasn't happy with the way that we won, the way that we played.
Dev and Jimmy, mainly at Dev, how big was that 3-ball you hit right before the half, just in terms of the overall atmosphere going in the locker room?
It was definitely big. It was a little confidence booster for myself because I had missed a couple. So that was I guess a way to get me going a little bit. But we definitely needed a little spark before halftime, to get us some confidence so we can come out, start the second half the right way.
Any other questions for these two guys?
Just real quick, did you guys ever feel there's a point where you're thinking, man, this is possible, we could actually lose this game? Or did you just kind of keep plugging away out there?
I never really felt like that. I just knew that at one point we had to turn it on. I think we waited too long to turn it on, because when we play the right way, we're really hard to beat, whether it be anybody. But, I didn't have the fear of losing. I just knew that we had to turn it on. But I would say we waited too long to get it going.
The 3 at the end of the first half was the 3 that tied it up, 46-46. That even bigger? You hadn't had the lead, and I think it was 12-7.
It was pretty big too. I don't know if it was any bigger. Whenever I hit a 3, I'm just trying to, knock them down for the team. But it definitely, got the crowd going, got the team pumped up, and just, got us more excited to get that next stop and, grind up and play some D.
Anything else for these two before we let them go? All right, see you guys.
All right, fellas. See you guys tomorrow, 12:30.
All right. Any questions for Coach Sunday?
Is it accurate to say that Jimmy kind of saved you guys?
Yeah, he played well in the second. I say well. He scored and he rebounded. So I guess his numbers are good, and we needed every point he made and every basket he made. So, yeah, but he had 6 turnovers. I don't really think anybody played real well. But you know what? Sometimes this happens. I guess it's good for it to happen today as opposed to Friday. That's why you play. You play on the road. We played really well. Come home, and home opener, I think some guys played with some jitters. And once we didn't make shots early, I think that became a snowball, and we struggled, in a lot of areas. And give those guys credit because, they're playing and they're trying to win, and you got to play 40 minutes against whoever it is that you play. I thought for about an 8-minute stretch towards the end, we played real hard, got stops, got some steals, able to get out in transition. But, thought we certainly could have played better. But to answer your question, Jimmy, obviously every basket he made was important. Dev's 3 was important. D-Jack got a couple steals. Kellen made a drive and layup, which, I think it was 2 at the time, and we certainly needed that basket for sure. Otherwise, they might have had a chance to tie the game or take the lead. So, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not surprised that I'm sitting here talking like this, because I am. With the way we played each of the last 3 Saturdays, I expected us to play much better tonight. But you know what? We're going to take the win. We're going to move on to the next game and try to play better. Certainly, we have to play better each of these 3 games this weekend. So we'll come out on Friday. We'll come tomorrow. We'll try to look at some of the things we need to do better, come out on Friday and play better.
Coach, a 21-3 run in the first half.
For them. Yeah.
At one point, you guys were making 10 field goals. It seemed like you guys were not getting the list of what they weren't doing.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
A little of both, and then, we were 4 for 11 from the free throw line. So, I think some of that stuff snowballs. And you miss one, you miss another, and you get a little bit tight. And then the rim gets a little bit smaller, and then you go to the free throw line, and you miss a front end of a one-on-one, and then so that's an empty possession, and then you go 1 for 2 from the line or 0 for 2. You just get frustrated, and that certainly was evident tonight in the stretch that you mentioned for sure. And give them credit for playing scrappy and causing us some problems. But fortunately for us in the second half, especially in the last 8 minutes in particular, I thought we were able to wear them down a little bit and get the lead and then extend the lead.
Encouraging is never the right word when you miss in a row like that.
Yeah.
When you're getting the shots and you're not
Yeah.
getting in, is that more encouraging when you're just not able to even get a look? I mean, you know that if you guys are going to keep getting looks, you're going to go in.
Yeah, we have good shooters that I expect to make open shots. So when you don't make them, I think it's hard for you to keep your confidence the whole way through, but you have to. And Kellen was one who missed a bunch of shots in the first half, and then again he had a big drive that sort of, I don't want to say sealed the win, but gave us a little bit more breathing room. Jimmy, who turned it over early and then missed a bunch of free throws early, was able to keep his confidence. Dev had missed a bunch of shots in that first half and then hit the one to tie it in the second half. So, yeah, you know what, right now I think what you do is you're trying to get better each game. Today, certainly we didn't get better, but if we can learn from today's game, it can be something that we improve upon the next game because of that, and that's what we need to do.
How concerning is it that even when the shots from the field started coming, like in the second half, that the free throws did not come?
Yeah, actually, I thought in the second half we shot 75% from the line. So, we'll take that. But from the field, we just shot 52% the last game, and today we shot 32%. So, that's certainly concerning. But we'll watch the film. I'll watch it tonight and see which shots are contested and which weren't. And again, sometimes you miss open shots, and we need to get more reps and get better. But if we're taking bad shots, which some of them were, then we need to address that in film and and then get better from that.
Coach, Malone, they came out and shot over 50%. Is
Yeah.
it more a flaw defensively, or what are you guys going to do to try to fix that, to tighten that up?
Well, in the second half they shot 27%, which is against Youngstown State. I think for the game they shot in the 30s. So hopefully the second half is how you'll see us play on Friday. That's certainly what we've been working towards, and we've guarded well. We've had 2 scrimmages that people don't see. We guarded well in both of those. Today I think some of it was we're frustrated because we couldn't make a shot and didn't make a shot, and then didn't guard the way we needed to. And then the second half I thought we did a much better job, obviously defensively. But we got to do a better job on offense as well.
Didn't you seeing Dev coming off the bench? Was it just kind of a week by week?
Yeah, for right now he is, and we'll see what happens as we move forward. I think last year we started a number of different guys throughout the year, so I'm sure we'll do the same at some point here as well. But Dev tonight he didn't shoot it as well as he has been. But he's a guy who can really impact us in a lot of ways. But when he's making shots in particular, he in the first half of our game against Youngstown, he was 4 for 6 and kept us in the game. Tonight he missed a couple, some that he probably should have made, and there's probably 1 or 2 that in watching it, I'd tell him that he probably need to wait a second or two in the shot clock or get it inside first before it got swung out to him. but we'll learn from today and get better. And fortunately, we can learn off a win as opposed to learning off a loss. So we certainly know that we didn't play well. So I think we'll try to correct some of these things here in the next couple days and then get ready for Friday.
About Sean Davis, I never saw him.
Yeah, he didn't play. Yeah, he played more in the first game. Yeah, I didn't think he came with energy the way.
When he was in there for that first.
Yeah, I mean, and again, he only played a minute, so it's really tough on him that I yanked him after a minute. But I didn't. At the time, we weren't playing very well. I threw him in there, and he gave up an offensive rebound. He didn't seem into it, and it's difficult. He's in a tough position as a freshman, where he sat for a while, but he's got to play better. He's a good player, and he'll be a really good player if he works at it. And he played pretty well the first game for a freshman, and tonight I just didn't feel as if there were a couple guys that when they came in, I just didn't feel like they were as in tune to what we needed them to be, and the game was so tight that I sort of went with guys that had been here a while and that I felt could really help us at that time.
Any more questions, Coach?
Did you think Jimmy was going to be such a big part of this team so far?
Yeah, I mean, I know he's a good player. He's a good player. He had 6 turnovers, which he needs to really improve upon. But our guys go to him in the post. They know he can score. He's actually a good passer, which he showed a little bit today. Yeah, so to answer your question, it's sort of yes and no. I knew he'd be a good player. I think he scored a lot because we weren't able on the perimeter. We didn't make a shot tonight, so somebody had to score, so he scored. And there'll be nights where other guys are really scoring and he's rebounding and defending. So tonight was a good night for him offensively.